lost in the ball and age. I'm flipping the balls, I'm flipping it. On record, off record, I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off. For the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. 8-6 all the hay. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and age. I'm flipping the balls, I'm flipping it. On record, off record, I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off. For the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. 8-6 all the hay. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ball and age.
Alright,
flipping the balls,
here we go.
flipping it. On record, off record, I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off.
Oh my word, positive affirmations. Welcome to everybody out there today. My guest is already here. He's already here. But before we jump in and find out who this wonderful man is that I've got sitting and posturing, you do you know what I mean? I just want to say, as I always say with every single one of my shows before I go live, which is good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Doesn't matter where you went and when you watch this, the same applies to you all. I've got different equipments watching all over the place here. I've got different chat rooms, which is amazing. Hi Carol in the chat room. Hi Jenny Poynton in the chat room. Hope everyone else can see us and everything else. Word of wisdom, as I always do when I start the show, is welcome to Standing in My Truth, the All About You show. And I have an amazing guest in today, along with special guests that are joining us along the way. And I don't want to say too much because it's like I'll be giving it all away when I know that there's juicy information to come. So, as I said to everybody, I hope everybody's been great. Hi, Greg Allman. Hi, Antonia Catucci. I don't know if the chat room cannot be seen from where we are. I've got it on a different place. So, I do hope that, Michael, you could probably see your own chat room. Hi, Siobhan. Hey, Mummy T. Good evening, my lovely. Saying hello. Thank you. You've got to watch Man United. Okay. Mummy T, I don't blame you. I probably would have been doing the same thing. But you watch me in the catch-up. I'm sure you will. But to everybody else that's joining us, thank you. Let me know if there's any glitches out there as per normal. It'd be appreciate anyone's feedback as we go along. So, let the show begin. Welcome to Standing in My Truth. And I have the wonderful Michael Wallace. Michael, how are you?
Hello, good evening, Valerie, and good evening to all your listeners. Big you up all, you know, it's been an amazing journey, and just the intro, and just, you know, you guys, you know, what you're doing, I should be interviewing you. You're a star yourself.
No, that's quite all right.
Thank you for having me. And please, before I start, Ashley Levin, co-founder Kickoff, is unfortunately with us today, but you've got some fantastic guests. But I've got to say a very big love and big up to Ashley, my wingman, and happy birthday to his daughter Nyla, his beautiful daughter, and I know he's having a blessed time with the family.
Yes, he is. That's such a shame. Thank you for saying that. Yes, because it should have been both of you here, yourself and Ashley. So Ashley, I'm gonna reiterate what Michael has just said. Happy birthday to your wonderful young lady who's having her birthday today, your little gorgeous little baby girl. And sorry you can't be here with us today. I'm sure at some point you'll send a little message to us, but I've got plenty of bits and pieces to make sure it highlights both you and Michael's journey, which is the most amazing thing. Michael, let's just jump right in, because everyone's going to think, who's Michael Wallace? Wallace. What? Michael Wallace, who are you? And don't go too much because there's a lot of questions I've got to ask. Who are you?
Oh, okay. Okay. First of all, I'm a family. I'm father of 3 children. Got some lovely children: Shiloh, Savannah, Noah.
Hello.
And yeah, so big love to them. But yeah, I'm a passionate community man. I work in the community. Co-founder Kickoff 3. I'm also a police officer, so please, I hope I don't frighten of your listeners.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
But on a more serious note, this is about working together. This is about community young people. This is about.
It's okay. Don't whoa! Don't you dare give any more of that information out. All right. Don't get foul started. Right. So right now, Michael is a father, family man, married man. Where do you live? And okay, he's a police officer. We'll get that, and we're going to get to that. Where did you grow up, Michael?
I grew up in I call myself a Windrush baby.
Oh.
My family came over to Windrush from Jamaica.
Yeah.
And they settled in Lambeth, Brixton.
Okay.
So area where I work now in Brixton. Then I moved to a place called Penge Beckenham. Went to school. It's now called Harris Academy School, but it's
Okay.
Kelsey Park School for Boys.
Okay.
Primary school, I was Stuart Fleming School, and I've got lots of brothers and sisters.
Oh wow! Are you the first, middle, end? Which one?
I'm a second from oldest.
Okay, you're the second from oldest. Now, growing up in South London, I wouldn't know because I'm an Essex girl. Sorry, but growing up in South London, because you're saying that, it seems like you've kept your roots where you have been, and and beautifully, and I'm going to use that word, and I don't really care what anyone wants to say, being a police officer and still monitoring in that area. I think that's a beautiful thing, because I think from what I've seen and my history of digging in, some police officers don't work in the area that they are established and where they live. But before we dig down into that bit, what was it like growing up in the area where you are? And when growing up in that area, and what I'm going to pin onto the end of that question is growing up, and then why joining the police force?
Oh wow, very good question. Okay, in Brixton where I grew up, originally there was a lot of black families, and then moving to the area I did in Penge Beckenham, I was only our family was one of very few from the black community.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, at the time, I was young, naive maybe. I didn't really see colour.
Okay.
I just saw individuals. I experienced what now you class maybe racism, but I didn't see that. It was only as I got older I could see the differences between black and white. I come from a very multicultural family. I've got Irish in the family.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But like I said, I don't see colour. I see individuals. When it becomes a problem, is when you can clearly see there's a difference between me being black and somebody being white, and that's just the reality of things. My mother always said to me when I was younger, you got to work twice as hard. You always got to be a step ahead. And at the time I was like, what are you talking about, Mum?
Yeah.
But as you go on in life, you understand that Mum's words are right. reality of where, we all need to live together as one. But as you can see in the current climate, there's some difficulties. And through Kickoff 3, we're actually making a difference by bringing everybody together: black, white, Asian, Muslim, Christian.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. It's that inclusivity, isn't it? It's that inclusivity that you are trying to bring out. But you are not going to get that far to say that yet. So you need to answer my little question, which is, growing up, you didn't see all of what we now are now experiencing. So when did the urge for you to then say, oh, I'm going to join the police force. This is what I want to do. And why?
To be honest, I always wanted to join the police when I was at school, to be honest. I didn't see my first, I actually wanted to be a sport teacher. I really did. I love sport. But at the time, life, things happened, and it was being a police officer for me as a young black man at the time. It wasn't maybe the coolest thing to do. I moved to Elton, close to where Stephen Lawrence unfortunately was murdered in a racist attack that we all know about, and so there was a lot of hostility against the police. But I still wanted to join the police. But I went through a transition of a lot of different jobs. Worked as a labourer, building work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I worked in a gym. If anybody remembers the old YTS scheme.
Yes. Oh my God, yeah.
£30 a week. I used to be apprentice plumber, but I never finished my qualification, which this is why one of our ethos is about getting an education. And and I just fast forward to 35 years age at the time, and I said, look, I want to try and do it, and I applied. I didn't get into the police straight first time, and that's why my ethos is try again.
Try again. Oh wow.
I actually applied to Hertfordshire Police originally, but I didn't get through the application, unfortunately, and so I thought, okay, I'm going to go try for the Met Police, and they clearly wanted me, so here I am today.
I'm really glad that you did, actually, because now we're going to get on to the, someone who says just the community spirit. Yes. Hi, Willie Travis Jr., all the way in America. Thank you for joining us, my darling. Joe K. Kapoor, I haven't seen you for a while, Joe. I hope you're keeping well. As I said, everyone is saying hello to you from in the chat room. And DJ Chutch, which is on my personal page, is watching as well. She's on tomorrow night, would you believe it? So you've joined the police force, and here you are, but you've still got that community spirit because you're still within where you are. And so I'm going to, in your time, I'm going to make this part quick because I want to really get on to kick off at 3. When you joined, what was the things that you found that was difficult for you to take, and what was that made you say, we need to do kick off at 3. I need to do something for the community.
Well, I have to be quite openly honest about it. I'm dyslexic, and I actually only found out that I was dyslexic when I joined the police.
Oh wow!
I went all through the life. It wasn't diagnosed. And by the way, being dyslexic doesn't mean you can't do anything.
Right.
Dyslexic, I got to where I am in life. I learned how to. I could always count my wages, so even being dyslexic, I could count my wages. So I was good there.
I like that.
But on a serious note, joining the police, I'll be honest, I found it really difficult at first. It was a big culture shock. They say do cleaner's equivalent of a degree. I never went to college, university. I went into work straight from school. What I'm really bringing to the table, and that's where my experience and wealth of communities, I'm bringing life skills. That's what I believe how I'm succeeding today. It's about knowing your community, knowing how to talk to people. Yes, you've got to know the law, of course, but nothing could teach you how to talk to a person.
Absolutely.
Treating people as you would treat your own family, and that's how I police. That's me, myself. And that's why you need a police force that understands the community. And I'm working in a lovely area which I understand the community. I understand when they're upset, uptight, tense, because I know where they're coming from. So it's about reasoning.
Yeah. Do you find that, and I'm not trying to skip away from it. So do you are like the Constable Michael Wallace, and you get those images where you see like, yes, he's our community policeman, and you can always go to him, and you always find he's the one that's going to bring you the lollies. I think I watch too many American programs, but he's going to bring the lollies for the children in the summer, and that's who you remind me of. The the do-good policeman.
It's about positive, this is about positivity, and we need more positivity. There's too much negative around communities, and I'm being honest, young people, we need to change the narrative. We're seeing too much negativity around young people. Be honest, around the black community, there's a lot of negativity, and it's about having an honest conversation, saying, look, there's some great young people out there. Not some, they're all great. They're only children. Yes, I'm not judge or jury to say you're doing right or wrong, but it's about how can we enhance them? How can we celebrate? How can we? They're our future leaders. So if we don't change that narrative, who's going to change
it for you? Okay, so within the police force, the climate as it is. It's not that this has been going on now. It's been going on for a while. Mummy T says she's back because it's half time. Thanks, Mummy T. You've just joined us at the good part. Lovely to have you back. Joe Davja, how are you, my lovely? She says good evening to you as well. So I'm just trying to give you commentary while people are saying hello to you. Do you know what I mean? The things that you know that there's a gap. There is definitely a divide. And as you just said, there has to be an understanding between yourself, even as an individual, and the police force, because there is a stigma attached, as you well know. And what I want to know, how is it that you are able to reach out to the community? Because Kickoff at 3 is a brilliant initiative. How did that come about?
Okay, I think the key is wanting young people to see the human side of police, because at the end of the day, I'm a human being. I'm a person just like you are. And how Kickoff came about is Ashley Levin's not a police officer. Ashley Levin's a bus driver.
Okay.
And he's works hard, and it's about a lot of the young people, when they see the police, it's the uniform they see, and it's not the person. So in their mindset, it's the uniform that they might have a negative experience with the police. So in turn, they've got that perception of the police. And we want to change that narrative to show that we're human beings. I'm a father. I'm just as vulnerable as they are. I take off my uniform. I'm just like you. I've got nothing to protect me. I'm walking down the street. Anything could happen to me. I'm not super cop. And the Kickoff is about seeing the wonderful, loving side of us as human beings.
Sure.
And it's the positivity, encouraging opportunities, we're used. The football is the easy part, to be honest. We run football tournaments around the country.
And we're going to
That
come
is
to
the
that.
very-
I'm going to come to that because, as I said, I don't want you to give everything away because we've definitely got some people in the wings as well. So I asked that question about kickabout, and this is what I've got. And I'm going to throw this on the screen so people can understand what is it, why you've set it up. So here is Kickoff. Can you see that, Michael?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. And this is Kickoff at 3 in their story. And as he just said, it's a collaborative initiative set up by two passionate men, and it's and people will, that's just joined us will find out that Ashley's not being able to join us today, but that doesn't mean that we don't have anything about Ashley. So I'm going to put this up on the screen. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. Michael is a serving police officer, which you just said earlier, Michael. Currently you're a school governor. You didn't say that before.
I'm the school governor. Yeah, well, this is about, we need to be sitting at those tables as well.
Love it.
These are, and we need, and I encourage more and more parents, people in the community. School governors are very important. They actually run the school, not the head teacher. So it's important that people put themselves forward to make those decisions about our young people's future.
Absolutely brilliant. I love your terminology. And the quote that you put is that you understand how important connection and relationships are with vulnerable young people. And so sports can provide stability that they might not get elsewhere. And I think that's just such a quaint phrase. Now, Ashley, who's not here to speak for himself, you were saying he's a bus driver. And, you met him, as you said. Give me the story how you both met. Because you just said he was running the Subaru bus community. The super boss community.
Subaros.
Yeah, Subaros. Okay, you look, see, I can't even pronounce it. Subaros community, a social inclusion organisation. But take up the story from there.
Okay, well, I used to work in North London, Barnet, and Ashley used to work on a local estate called the Graham Park Estate, running football project. He originally used to run his kids project, but then he set up his own organisation, Subaros, and when the relationship blossomed, he was working with young people. The reality of it, they didn't trust the police. They didn't want the police in their space. However, Ashley came to find out that I liked football. Actually, was referred my old boss, Leslie Neal, and I don't know if she's listening, but big up Leslie Neal, my old boss, that she introduced me to Ashley. I won't say too much. Ashley used to be a police cadet. He's going to kill me for that, but yeah, Ashley used to work on estates, and we built up a really great relationship. And the thing about Kickoff is trust. The young people that was working began to trust me, and they saw beyond the uniform.
Yes.
That is the key. They saw me as a human being that cared and wanted to help them.
Yes.
And in turn, we found a charity that we wanted to support called the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust Charity.
Okay.
And then we set up football tournaments.
Okay.
To support the charity, and in turn, the money that young people paid to play, the money went into a local charity.
All right. Okay.
And we encouraged young people to sign up on the blood step register. Unfortunately, Oriel Lewis and Beverly Girl, who run the charity, set it up. They set it up for their son Daniel DeGale.
That's correct. The ACLT. That's right.
ACLT charity. So in turn, we wanted to spread awareness because not enough Black and Asian, those from Black and Asian communities sign up on the blood step register.
Right.
We set up
Right.
that to raise the awareness for this specific charity.
Okay.
But also encourage those from Black and Asian backgrounds to sign up on the blood step register.
Oh, and that's how you two got together.
And that's how we got together. And we started off in London, where our first event, we had 80 young people turn up. We organised everything ourselves, advertised ourselves. A great day, raised £240. itself, and out of nowhere, 150 young people just turned up from all different parts of London, we involved the police to, we're creating a family environment.
Exactly.
And
So,
a safe environment as well.
so with this tip-off, you have, because as you see, I've put up what tip, you've got tip-off, spin-off, run-off, swim-off. You have all these different things. I'm going to put them all up. So you've got tip-off is part of Kickoff.
Yes.
Give me a little insight. What is tip-off?
Okay. Tip-off is a basketball initiative that we set up with the lovely Teo from Summer Madness UK.
Okay.
And Shane Sandiford, both basketball players, and we use the same ethos of the football, and we, as you see on your screen, we run charity basketball events where we welcome all the community to come, no matter what age you are, what size you are, ability, disability. We involve Nando's to give food away. Morrison's one of our partners. The Royal Air Force, one of our partners, you can see on the screen. We just bring everybody together. We're all one family, having fun, and we don't do postcodes. We don't do colour. We do coming together as one family.
Amazing. Truly, truly amazing. One of the things that I also noted, and I'm going to bring this up on the screen, you had various different artists and performers that have turned up to these tip-offs as well, across the board. So you've been going since about, when did you first start? 2018, 2019?
No, our first ever event was, I know the actual date, February 2016.
Whoa!
Kickoff 3 was set up as a proper, registered organisation. We set up as a non-profit organisation in 2017. That's when Kickoff 3 was born. Then we had Tip-Off at 3, basketball, and due to COVID, we couldn't do the football. And then we started doing running events, cycling, because you could social distance.
I've got those too. While you're talking,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in some other people. Bear me a second. I am going to bring in some other people now that you're telling us about all these things that you are doing, because I've just only put tip-off. You got spin-off, run-off, and you've got swim-off. So we'll bring those up. But let's bring in YARNEE Clothing, and we'll find out a bit about them before, because I want them to now get involved in here. Are you guys there?
Hey,
Yeah.
let's go. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. How are you guys?
We're great.
We're
Thank
good,
you for the
thank
opportunity.
Yeah, I didn't want to have you guys sitting in the green room that long, because Michael is now coming to the crux of everything that Kickoff does. And so before I actually go back to Michael quickly, Inyan, can you just tell me a little about a little bit about yourself and where you're from?
Cool. So my name is Inyan Tamijarison, or people call me YARNEE. YARNEE means who are you in an informal way.
Love that.
Yeah, which originated in South India, Tamil, which is mine and my sister's heritage. I'm currently uni student studying civil engineering. I'm a first year, and started a clothing brand in June 2020 called YARNEE Clothing. That's me, yeah.
And that's you. Now, at the top there, we can see a lovely young lady who's your partner in crime, but she's also your sister, right? And their name is...
That's right.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to make this right, because when I was talking to her earlier, I was going, right, how did I pronounce the name? But I know I'm going to get it. Pavaji, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Val. I'm so happy to be here. Of course.
You are so welcome, so welcome. And the same as your brother, just give me a quick hi and who are you?
So my name is Paviji, and
Oh,
I'm
you see,
Ian's
Paviji.
sister. So we we started Yarnee Clothing together last year during lockdown. It was fruit of thought, and we're no regrets. We've done really well since then. So my background is I'm a nurse. I specialise in haematology and anticoagulation, and I've been nursing for 6 years now.
Don't look old enough. You don't look old enough, young lady.
Thank you. So it's just been a pleasure working alongside my brother and being more of a mentor / guide. So I've enjoyed it thoroughly since we've started Yarnee.
Thank you for telling me that. I'm just going to, and guys, I will come back into you because this is where it's all going to join in together. Michael, I'm back with you. So here you are, you've got tip off, you've got run off, and I'm going to show all of this. So here's spin off. What is spin off? Because I've got the blueprint.
Spin off at 3 is a cycling initiative that myself and Ashley brainchild ourselves. We during COVID, which, as you know, and we're still in, has affected so many people. So because we couldn't run our normal football events, basketball events, we thought, I was actually speaking to Ashley and I said, I want to buy a bike, I want to go cycling. And Ashley said, I was thinking about cycling too. And so I said, let's get a bike, let's go cycling together. You know, we can social distance and keep exercise, keep the mindset.
Yeah.
And then, and it really and truly was, it was just really just came out of nowhere. Said, why don't we just do a spin-off at 3 event? We get people to cycle around the country, around the world, which we did, because we had people. My brother lives out in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh right, yes, you do, yes.
My brother took part in Canada, and the whole great thing is everybody sets their own challenges over a 4 to 6 week period, where they could, get on their, during that time of the initial lockdown, a lot of people were out keeping exercising, running, walking, cycling. There was so many cyclists out. So why don't we get people on cycles, get people taking videos, making it fun, and you set your own challenge, whether you want to cycle 70 miles or 5 miles, whatever.
Yeah.
And the money goes to
charity. Oh, have I lost everybody? Oh, looks like I've lost my guests again. Do you know what, guys? That's the second time that's happened tonight. Would you believe it? Okay, let's see if I can bring them back. I'm not sure why this keeps happening. So let's see if I can bring them back into the mix. That's crazy. All of them disappeared at the same time. Let's see. Connected. I do apologise because he was getting right into the mix of that and we literally just lost them. I'm hoping that they're going to dial back in again. Let me just message him and say log back in. Oh, yeah. So it looks like we're having a gremlin, which is really crazy. Of all the days for this to happen. Please log back in. I am, he says. Can't see you. Let's have a look. Okay, let's try again. Oh dear, I do apologise, folks. I really, really do. Let's see. Unbelievable. looks like I'm trying. Yep. But anyway, as you can hear, these guys are trying to get back into the room. So please give me a few minutes while they all try to log in. Oh, I think I may have them again. I may just have them again. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But look, you know, Kickoff at 3, as I was saying to you before, they were saying to you, it's an initiative for the youths in the community. And I've just had PUFG come in. They're all still telling me they're trying to get in. And it looks like it's me. So I'm going to quit Zoom altogether. And I'm going to put it back in again. And fingers crossed, ta-da, they'll be here. Please, guys. Because it's my normal... No, it doesn't look like it wants to do this tonight. Literally doesn't want to do this. I may have to stop the show and literally start all over again. Ah, I may not have to. Hold on. I think I've got them. I think I may have them. I've got them! Yay! Let's see what happens. Log in. I'm here. Yay! I've got them. I've got them. I've got them. I've got you. I've got you. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Yes. Yes. And what's happened, you know what it's telling me? It's saying to me that someone's internet connection. So what's happening? Someone's internet connection is poor. And because of the poor, it kicks everyone out. But don't worry.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it just literally kicked everyone out. And I've never had that before. But the main thing is, the chat room, everybody is still here. So thank you guys for still hanging on in there. Thank you, Queen Natasha, telling me, keep talking, Queen. Because we are all still back. We are all still back. And I so apologise profusely. And as anyone who knows who I've done my show, this never happened. So, you know, I guess it's my turn tonight. So I do apologise to everyone and my guests here. And let's hope that we can continue the show without further ado, which is making me... I'm trying to be calm. I'm not going to be angry. I'm going to be calm. So you were in the middle of runoff, and we got to the runoff. And breathe, Valerie. And we're in the middle of runoff. And Michael, you were saying that you also do the swim off. The initiative started and it worked and it ran and you had the ACLT as well as, because I've got some videos that shows everyone that was doing this as well. Bear me a second. I will play that video for you. Now, this is one of them that I found, which I really, really loved watching.
Hi everybody, Liz Mead here, Ambassador for Kickoff at 3. Kickoff at 3 have got a new initiative running from the 4th of July to the 4th of August. Not the bikes this time, though they still count, but it's called Runoff at 3. Can you run? Can you walk? Can you cycle for a month? If you can, go out, enjoy the beautiful countryside, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the freedoms that we have. And you can pledge to give money for ACLT, the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust. Go to the Just Giving website and donate what you can for this brilliant charity. Thanks everybody. Stay safe.
Oh, isn't Liz lovely?
Liz is amazing. Liz is actually one of our Kickoff 3 ambassadors.
Yes, I've got that down there. Yeah, beautiful.
And Liz is recently retired Detective Chief Superintendent.
Oh, wow.
Of Bedfordshire Police.
How old is she?
The most senior police officer in the school. And Liz is amazing. She loves Kickoff at 3, spin-off at 3, tip at 3, and she's always championing. And so, actually, I'd love you to actually interview her one day. She is amazing, a wonderful lady. Like all our ambassadors,
yes,
they're all amazing.
Yes, yes.
We love to all our ambassadors, one family.
So folks, if you understand what Michael is saying, that these guys, Kickoff at 3 has Kickoff, which is the football side. There's Tip Off, which is the basketball. You've got Spin Off, which is, and Run Off, which is pretty similar. But then you've got Swim Off. What's Swim Off?
We've got Swim Off, and that's the lovely Georgia Martin, one of our new Swim Off at 3 ambassadors. Amazing young lady she is, and a British rower, and she's amazing. And we're actually looking towards the summer to plan a Swim Off at 3, where we're encouraging more Black and Asians and ethnic minorities to swim. An amazing, astonishing factor that 95%, I repeat, 95% of Black Asians do not swim or cannot swim.
And you're trying to bring that awareness, because I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
You've got to join us.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
You've got to get you swimming.
You know, I would get into the water, but I'm like, oh. And, you know, you've got that stigma, though, Michael, where they always used to say that Black people can't swim. Do you remember that? I mean, I don't know if they say the same with Asians. Black people can't swim. So you don't feel, you know, if you find a Black swimmer, you're like, oh, wow, she's not sinking. You know, that sort of thing. You know, and it's just, it's a stigma. And so this is what I'm going to bring it all to here. So Kickoff at 3, these are the initiatives that you have been running. Michael, I'm going to just let you step aside just a little bit, because Inyan and Paviji, how did you find Kickoff at 3? What brought you to Kickoff at 3?
Alright, so one thing about me and my sister is that we love to do our research 100%. That's our main thing to do before we do anything. Yeah, there you go. Research is the main thing. So I was initially looking for a community or a youth initiative to work with, because one of my main goals was, it ties into the origins of YARNEE. Do you want me to quickly tap into that?
Could you please? That'd be really great.
Let's do it. Let's go for it. Hopefully you guys don't get bored.
Not at all.
Let's go for it. So,
No, not at all. This is what we're here for.
there you go. So second year of A-levels, I was not enjoying what I was doing. I was doing chemistry, biology and maths, and I was just dreading it. I was getting D's and E's every single exam. So one day I was like, listen, I want to sit down, make a mind map of what my interests are. My interests were sports, music, and making a difference, or helping the youth, helping the generation of today and the younger generation. That was my main goals. So I sat down and I wanted to create a product that can link me into all these ideas, and yeah, so that's why I did the mind map, to get me a clearer path. So I sat down, looked for so many youth initiatives, and I came across Kickoff at 3. Came across them. Went on their website. It was a beautiful website.
Isn't it
Everything
just?
laid out beautifully.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's another main thing that I look at. I look at the website, look at their social media pages, and it really got me. Honestly, it really got me. I scrolled down to the bottom of the Instagram, looked from where they started. I saw the 2016 post, 2017 post. I thought, listen, I want to work with Mike and Ashley 100%. That's the way I'm trying to go. So, but the thing is, right, it was very, very early on. I had one Instagram post on my page. I didn't know they would take me seriously. And initially, Mike can even say that he didn't take me seriously when I dropped him an email saying I want to work with him, I want to do this, I want to bring out this competition for the youth. You just didn't take it seriously. Like, Mike, you can come in and say what your initial thoughts were.
Yeah, to be honest, Valerie and guests, I'll be honest with you, I receive the emails, which we do regularly. You know, you get people saying we'll work with you. I thought it's one of these kind of spam emails. So I actually, to be honest, I read the information. I thought, black people say, go about your business. I was thinking, but I go ahead. But anyway, sorry. Anyway, so what I did is I wrote an meeting, which we were due to have a meeting, and I wrote and I said, I want to see your year to 2 year plan, strategy of working with. And I said I wanted a couple of pages with your strategy. So I was really doing it to put them off, because I thought they're not going to come back to me. Literally, well, I thought these guys are not serious. So I just said, very difficult. And then so I went away. So I sent the email back, and I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting. And I said, I got a response and said, no problem. When is your meeting? And I'll make sure it's done in the deadline time. And then, lo and behold, it was even before the deadline. Information came back. Everything I asked was on there. And I thought, but at the same time, to be honest, I thought this was like a company, like a big company. So when I said, right, can you have a phone number? I want to talk to you. I want to have a kind of meeting with you. So I phoned the number, and there was a young voice, which is our young man here. And I said, oh, can I speak to YARNEE Clothing? You know, me thinking maybe this is a receptionist or something. You should never stereotype.
Absolutely.
And he goes, yes, this is YARNEE Clothing. I'm the creator of this. And I'm saying, how old are you? And he said, oh, I'm 18. I'm saying, pardon me? And to be honest, the information he provided, it was clear. He had done his research. He had done everything. And from once he told me his age, that was it. I didn't ask no more questions. Said, right, let's get to it, because that is the whole thing. We want to give opportunities.
That's right.
And I was
That's right.
Young, vibrant, energy. So all young people out there, follow what these guys do, because
appreciate it.
These guys are amazing. And since then
it's been crazy.
The
Honestly.
journey that they're amazing. Wonderful young people.
Thank you very much, Mike.
That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Paviji, when did you get involved with your brother? When did you come into it?
So basically, I didn't even know my brother got in touch with Kickoff at 3, so I wasn't involved during that time at all. I only got to know about it when my brother started to explain how he is struggling at college. He's not sure whether he's doing the right subjects. He wanted to touch on, his personal hobbies, which was designing things, creating new things, and reaching out to the youth and making a difference, basically. So I saw my young self in him, and I thought, okay, because having grown up in a way where my parents pretty much said, education is very important, which is right.
That's correct.
You have to get into uni, you have to go to college, you have to have a GCSE or some sort of certificate to say you've studied. So I found it a bit difficult at first to get on to the side with my brother to say, actually, it's fine. Let's just go on a little adventure and see what we can do by going away from education for a bit. But we managed to do both, which was good. So eventually he did tell me about Mike and Ashley, how the page was great. It was brilliant when he showed me everything, all the information. And he said, well, Mike's got back to me now, and I've sent all these plans that he's come up with all by himself. And I was amazed at how he actually produced it all. And I said, well, you've got that talent in you, so let's pursue it, and I'll be here to support you wherever you need the support. And most of the works was definitely done by him. So me, it was more like just double checking things, saying yes or no to certain things, because I come with experience in regards to age, and I've been through different things in life. So I was being more of a mentor, I would say. But
Okay.
everything else,
Yeah.
pretty much everything was from my brother, so I would really give that to him. And I'm so grateful to Mike and Ashley for even taking my brother on in the first place,
Because
It was great.
if you let YARNEE from, I'm going to put your brand back up here, and if anyone can see that, you are a brand that it's not just clothing. You're not just a clothing brand. You actually are there. You've got a platform for the youth to showcase themselves. It's like you said, you want to prove to people
Yeah.
that they can manage, while grasping onto the aspects. I love, that I just love the words that you've used, your terminology, and that reflects. Now, what else apart from clothing? Because I know other things that you do, without directing people to your website, because I just saw YARNEE FC, I saw YARNEE blah, and how have you branched out? And with that branching out, what role do you play in Kickoff at 3?
Okay, there you go. This wonderful question. You've got questions all creative right now. I'm gonna go.
Oh,
for
sorry.
It, right? So
That's just what.
So YARNEE FC. Let's start with YARNEE FC. Me and Mike were speaking. This is it after the first lockdown or first lockdown? After the first lockdown, things were easing up a bit, and Kickoff for 3 are ready to go back to the football tournaments. So I was like, Mike gave me a call. He's like, listen, we've got this football tournament coming up, and I said, this will be a perfect opportunity to come together and finally give a platform for the youth, because I know a lot of youngsters that haven't played football competitively for ages and were loving the opportunity to shine. So what I did was, it was Mike's initial idea, to be honest. He said, why don't you bring out some YARNEE jerseys? So that's what I'm saying. I have to give props to Mike and Ashley, honestly. Like, the creativity is not only within the young people. I'm not saying Mike's not young, but you're saying
I might have a grey beard, man, but listen, I'm done. Let's go. Hey, it's not the cocoa bottom.
I love it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So what I did was, me and my design team brought out these YARNEE jerseys. We did targeted ads on Instagram looking for younger players. I contacted my local council to find younger players. We all came together. So I was 19 at the time, 19. My boys were all around 19, 20. All came together, held trials. We picked the best team. We got to the tournament on a bus that we booked together, and all financed by. I used to give out leaflets on foot. It was all financed by this leaflets. It was traumatic. My feet have still got injuries from giving out leaflets because it was.
But you had to put the hard work in.
It was crazy, man. But
you put the hard work in, though. In the end, you put the hard
know.
work in.
There you go. Appreciate it. Thank you. But then, so yes, we got to these tournaments. Our players put in a shift, and it was crazy. They got back to me straight after. They were like, "Listen, it was amazing. We haven't played football in a while, and now we've got like Luton Scout. Jackie from Jamrock Radio. She's also a scout for Luton, and she's looking at my couple of our players and had conversations with me, and it was crazy for them. It was honestly, we're surrounded by people like Roger East, Premier League referee. We had
I've got him. He's an ambassador, isn't he? He's one of the ambassadors. I'm going to bring him up a bit later on, as we go along. Trust me, I've got everything,
Yeah, cool.
I've got everything. Don't be
So we were
fooled.
surrounded by amazing players.
Yeah.
So we were surrounded by professionalism. So we were like, it was an amazing opportunity for the youngers, honestly.
I love that. And so, Michael, with that, you've got YARNEE clothing that. Are they do you also, apart from the kit, the hoodie that I saw the other day with the football, and is that YARNEE clothing?
No, that's not us.
That's a bad boy. That's a bad boy sweat top, though.
They're pretty cool design. Oh yeah, definitely.
So actually, I've got to give a big up to, first of all, Lee Wood from Ember Designs. He created our Kickoff 3 logo. So big up to Lee Wood for Ember Designs. It's in Albert, Hertfordshire. But the actual hoodies themselves was a young lady in Beckenham. Actually, she lives not far from the primary school I used. A young girl named Sophia. Sophia Anthony.
Stop it! She's an ambassador as well. She's an ambassador.
No,
Oh, right, okay.
There's a lot of Sophias in my life, so don't tell everybody.
Yeah, okay. I won't. It hasn't gone live. It's just us right here.
That's right. No. And lockdown.
Okay, so we'll come back. We'll give out some shout outs right at the end to Sophia. Okay, so here we are, guys. Right, YARNEE Clothing is involved with on the football side, along with Kickoff at 3. As I said, Michael, I'm going to come back to you before I bring everybody else back inclusively. When we were looking at the swim off and the kickoff, there's another person who I will drop her in right now. That has something to do with it. Oh, I like the way you went, ah.
I love Dr. Angela Herbert, MBE.
Can you give me a little bit give me a synopsis about her, because she's fully involved with Tip Off. So give me a little bit more.
So Dr. Angela Herbert, she's the chair of the Violent Crime Prevention Board, and how can I put it? She's somebody I look at as a mother, and that, actually, I have to be careful what I say. She's a wonderful lady of wisdom, guidance, strength, and she's been supporting Kickoff 3, Tip Off at 3, Spin Off at 3, and she will religiously come to our events, speak to the young people, and she's an amazing woman that got ultimate respect. And any of the guys that have met her, she's got a wonderful aura around her. And I'd just like to give a big up and love to Dr. Angela Herbert.
Thank you. I actually know. I've done my, I've read up on her, and for me, when I, have people on the show, rather than me telling somebody that I know this is what you do, I just want, I like the fact that you've expressed exactly what I read and how I felt about her through the words, and watching her through some of the imagery that I brought up earlier. I kept thinking, wow, she's powerful. This is like, I love the power that, raising awareness within all of the diversity through the Asian, the black, the whites. It doesn't matter, the Europeans. She's still standing, but standing as an activist for the black community. And I kind of went, wow, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know of her, to be fair. And so by coming to Kickoff at 3, what I did find was a lot of people that I probably wouldn't have noticed in my everyday life. Like YARNEE Clothing, I would never have known. Talking to Michael over a period of the last few days, or the last week or two, it just exemplifies that if you don't research, do your homework, and broaden your horizon, you're never going to know what's going on out there. And so this show today is, and if anyone is watching, is, well, I know people are watching, is Kickoff at 3 is actually trying to make a difference in the community, not just in London, it's all through the UK. The police force are fully involved in this, trying to close that gender diversity, bringing an inclusion gap, and allowing these youngsters. So I'm just saying all this before we go back in, because I'm going to show the inclusivity and the ambassadors that you do have working for you. So I'm going to bring up the first one, which are these guys. There's Sophia. So you've got Sophia.
There's one. There's Sophia.
Yeah. And you've got Sabrina Bakari. Yes. Oh, you see, I'm telling you, someone's internet is cutting out. That's what's happening. Let's transition. Are you there? Can you all hear me?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, great. Because, yes, someone's internet. That's what's happening. So when one's internet goes funny, it cuts and I'm like, oh! Don't,
gosh.
please don't let me palpitate. I can't. My heart can't deal with it. But you're all back here, so that's the main thing. Oh my word. So yes, let me go back to where I was before. You've got Sabrina Bakari and Sophia. These are the Kickoff at 3 ambassadors. I'm going to go through the list because there's a few of them I want to show. Here we go. Look at these people. Katrina Lewis, Jess King.
Amazing ladies.
Yes, Carl Lamb.
Yeah.
Verity
Carl Lamb,
Bramwell.
Wonderful.
So I'm showing all your ambassadors. I have them all. We've got Liz Mead, who we saw earlier. Marcus Gale, ex-footballer.
Yes.
Yes. Now, all of these people that I'm showing, folks, if you go onto the Kickoff at 3 website, you can actually see every single one of these ambassadors and what they have done in their life, their journey, and why they are ambassadors for Kickoff at 3. Please walk over, have a look, because I don't think you can read everything on the screen. But one that last but not least, I had to bring up Paul Cannonville. And you've got the lovely Claire Talbot. And Paul is a very, 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 very dear friend of mine. And I want to send out so much love to his whole entire family. I've heard that he's off the critical list. Here we go. I hope you guys can still hear me. I heard that he's off the critical list now. And he is doing extremely, he's more stable. So, and I'm sure, Michael, you would agree with me as well, because Paul has been prolific, totally prolific in everything that you've done at Kickoff at 3. Also, Nathan Smith. Now, if I hadn't met Nathan Smith, I wouldn't have found Kickoff at 3. So I'm going to give up props to Nathan.
Nathan Smith, big love to Nathan. He's a wonderful man, and he's been supportive of what we're doing, and being a footballer himself, and but also does a lot of things in his own right. So big love to Nathan Smith. Look, as you've noticed, we surround ourselves with good people, all colour, creed. We're one family, and it's about leaving a legacy and helping each other up that ladder, up that tree. So wonderful.
And here you are, you've got inclusive, which I was saying to you about the inclusivity and the opportunities that Kickoff at 3 has as well. And here's a bit of you and Ashley, with this lovely little boy with his ball, Looks like he plays for India. I wanted the kit. I wanted to nick the kit off him straight away.
My youngest son is autistic, has special needs.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, this event here, we were raising money for school that he attends, to raise the awareness, and it's about everybody in the same space. Young people from whatever ability or disability, we create a safe environment, and we're all here to help each other. That's one of our passions. Ashley won't mind me saying he's got a nephew that's autistic as well. So we're doing this we're doing this from the heart, because we know the journey, the struggles, the challenges of those children with disabilities, where a label can be put on them where they don't get the opportunities to be sometimes amongst mainstream children. So our gate is always open. We don't turn anybody away. Ability, disability, colour, religion.
With the police force itself, because you are the champion, Michael and Ashley, total champions. It's a team effort. There you go. You are the champions. And with me saying that, has there been any challenges trying to get people on board?
I'm going to be honest with you. When we originally started, it was the Black Police Association that was supporting us. From once we came up with the idea, because even though we have the police supporting Ashley and I, it was our brainchild that we set up together, and we didn't have, the only people originally supporting us with the Black Police Association. Nobody was, you know, shall I say, there's people out there, they know who they are, they didn't believe in what we were doing, but just a testament, you've got your own dreams, you've got your own goals, and you're doing things for the heart, people will find you. And the Black Police Station, many thanks to Deborah Thomas, Tracy Washington, Janet Hills, Andy George, now the president of the National Black Police Station. People that believed in us, saw our vision, saw what we're doing, gave us the support. Now, from just starting off in London, we run this across the country. We've now had interest to run this now in Canada, over in Cyprus as well. So from something that we started, and I'm going to be honest with you, we don't get no funding for this.
Do you know what? I literally was going to say that to you, but you took the words. I was like, I was going to say, how are you funding this?
We rely very much on donations, goodwill. The Royal Air Force is one of our key supporters. So big, massive thanks to the Royal Air Force for believing in us, seeing our vision, and they are one of our key supporters. We also have Sportside. They're one of our key supporters, but the rest of it is as there was beg, steal and borrow. Not literally. I don't want people to get me in trouble now. I'm not stealing for nobody. But it's been done. People, we rely on donations, people goodwill to help us, but we don't get no fun. We don't get paid to do this. We run it in our own time. Our office is out of our bedrooms.
I can only imagine, because
literally,
when you go onto the website, you can see so much events that you've put on, and the community spirit. And it's not just in London; it's Croydon, it's St Albans, it's Hertfordshire. It's everyone is joining in, and the police now are sinking into this initiative, and it makes me. It's beautiful.
There should be more. There should be more police forces across the country. In London, there should be more boroughs doing this. Whatever borough you live in, we want Kickoff 3 to be running your local borough in London. Anywhere in the country, if you don't see where Kickoff 3 is, speak to your local police, because we're happy to provide that service, but we need the police support. Because this is not about us, this is about the young people on the streets. Too many young lives are being lost. Too many young boys and girls, and unfortunately, statistically, young black boys.
Amen.
But there is white boys, but a life is a life.
Yeah.
Being murdered, losing your life, you don't discriminate, all colours and creeds. But the only way we're going to change the narrative, there's too much talking going on. We've got to do the work. We've got to come together. I've got a saying: you run fast alone, but you go so much further as a group. If you're doing things in solo, I kind of use the example of, look at the African runners. When they're running as a pack, they're working together, they're going forward, they're helping each other, and they're running for hours to hit that finish line. When you've got the solo runners running off on their own, you can only run so fast and for so long. With nobody supporting you, you're going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
But this is the ethos of Kickoff 3. Work together as a group, as a family, support one another, help each other. This is not about us. This is about our young people. This is about our sons and daughters on the streets who we're losing daily. Another young man yesterday, 16 years old, in Brixton, fighting for his life. And this is during lockdown.
I don't understand. We're in lockdown. What? How? I just don't. I don't understand.
But without going in the positive.
Yes.
We want to be positive.
Yes.
How can we change the narrative? What are we doing individually? Look at yourselves in the mirror. What are we doing? It's all well saying the police should be doing that or the community should be doing that. Let's all come together.
As someone just said, collaboration. And this is why I'm right here collaborating with you to put it on the platform so that everyone can see that you, Kickoff at 3, YARNEE Clothing, and please folks, don't just look at the clothing part. YARNEE is what they're doing also to bring change within their community. And Michael as well is doing the same thing. Now, before, I just don't want to lose you guys ever again. Michael, you've got some news that I know that you're coming up. You know, I'll bring up, hold on a second. I've got some news that I know that you guys have on the agenda. Let's see if I can find it and bring it up for you. This is what I have here. You've got the new launching in the March 21 Proud and Gifted, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the lovely Steve from Proud and Gifted. Amazing. He goes around celebrating young black people.
Yes, he does.
Young talent. That's his platform. Is what it is. That's what he does. He wants to change the narrative. He wants to see black and Asians being celebrated because they don't get celebrated enough.
That's right. That's absolutely true. But Michael, before, you're not going to get away without me putting all this stuff. Everyone knows you've just said, oh, I'm just a police officer. Well, let me just show you what Michael has achieved as a human being. So remember, we're going to take the uniform off and let me show you what Michael has achieved. Indulge me. So here we go. You won the Premier League Blacklist Awards in 2018. That was Ashley actually won that one first. You've also got the police commendation in 2018. Okay, and you've also, which I think is amazing, you got the Grassroots Project of the Year in 2019.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Won that. And 2019, following after Ashley's success, I was voted in the Premier League Blacklist Awards, Grassroots Project of the Year. Previous to that, we won awards at the Houses of Common.
Yes.
With Kids Count charity.
Yeah.
We were nominated for Grassroots Project.
There you go.
Now,
the Kids Count Inspiration Awards.
Yeah. 2015, I was voted by the National Black Police Association as Police Officer of the Year, which was a fantastic achievement. That was in the West Midlands. That was when I was in Birmingham at the time, and it's been a journey, and couldn't be done without our team and people. As I said, the Black Police Association, who believed in the idea, supported us, and now we're gradually having people coming on board, but more is to come.
Before we jump off, you have. I'm telling you, and someone says congratulations. Thank you, Natasha. Listen, I want you to let people know how can they get in touch with you, because this is what I've seen as well. You are looking for, you've got a bit that it says, how can you get involved? You have from volunteers, you can play and coach, or there's a charity. And so I'm saying to everybody, please go off and look at kickoffathree.co.uk. It's a great site. I mean, it's a really informative site. It actually has, and I know Michael's going to think, well, how the hell does she get that up there? But I'm going to put it up there as well. It's also got, if you want to become a referee, get in touch with Kickoff at 3. They'll point you in the right direction. If you want to become a football coach between the age of 16 to 22, Kickoff at 3. If you love football and other sports and you want to become a coach, Kickoff at 3 are doing all of these programs. This is what Kickoff at 3 are trying to do to bring things into the community. Hope you didn't mind me sharing that.
No, thank you so much. And I must just, I've got to thank Sophia Eugenie, because she's the wizard behind our website at the moment. She's administrating the website. She's made it all kind of very. It's our young people, the younger generation. So big love to the Sophia.
Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you, Sophia. The last thing I want to do is this. I'm going to play something, so that, and then I want you to. Everybody involved here would say a thank you and a testimony to anybody they want to say thank you in the process of what you are doing and where you are. But I want to just play this little clip from Michael, and it better play.
Changing the narrative to all of you, responsibility to ensure that we all are safe and we all are coming together. Somebody, somewhere here today, which you've heard, will be affected by knife or gun crime. We don't want it to happen to one of us or one of our family members, one of our friends. We want to be safe and we want to move forward together in unity. So, what I'm going to ask you to do, respectfully, we're aware there's others from different cultural backgrounds or religions. We're not asking you to pray. We're respectful of that. All we're asking you to do is, for a minute, just a minute, to think about loved ones, families, friends, neighbours who have lost a son or a daughter, a husband or wife, a brother or sister, an uncle or nephew, a niece. Whatever it is, we need to think about that for a minute. So what we're going to ask you to do on my watch is just for 1 minute of your time, of your day, just that respect and the legacy of what we could be doing from today here onwards as a family, as a community. So, for a minute, respectively from... No.
I can hear you all.
How you doing? Gosh. We're back.
And so, that's how I wanted to make sure we ended the night on that note, with the voice of Michael, his words of wisdom. Let me see if you guys are still there. Yes, I can see you. Awesome. Let me just make sure, because I can't. Inya, if there anything else you want to say before we go, I'm going to turn this over to you just quickly. I only can see parts of you. I'm not sure where you've disappeared to.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect, my lovely.
Cool. I just want to say a big thank you, first of all, to Mike and Ashley for the opportunity they gave us to give a platform for the youth and for our audience. Big thank you to my parents who have been there from the beginning. And also a big thank you to the DR, Jordan, Sahil, Hassan, Jahidul, Jubaid, Zahid and Saf, who've been there since the beginning as well. So a big thank you, and thank you Valerie for bringing me on
I'm sorry we had gremlins today. I'm so grateful that you have come on, and I'm glad that you guys hung on in there through all the, you know, sometimes they say the devil is strong, you know, Michael. They do say the devil is strong. And when you know you want to say something, someone is trying to stop it, but it's not stopping today. We didn't stop it today. So, Inyan, thank you for coming on and sharing the love and sharing exactly what it is that you guys are doing. And Tevra, thank you.
Yeah.
Michael, all over to you, my darling. The last word is left with you.
To be honest, I don't want to leave anybody out, but what I would just say, first and foremost, thank you to my mum and dad, especially to my mum, who's given me the strength and the belief to keep going. She says, keep going, son. That vision, never give up, keep trying. So thank you, mum. Also thank you, dad. But also, can't do without Ashley Levin. Been my rock, the vision, we've stuck together thick and thin. So thank you, Ashley. Deborah Thomas, Tracy Kittens, Janet Hills, Andy George, part of the Black Police Association, who's been there from the beginning, right from the beginning, believing in us, trusting in us, and giving us support. And the rest of it is thank you to all our ambassadors. Won't name all of them because I'll forget everybody probably. So thank you to all our Kickoff 3 ambassadors, the Royal Air Force, sports side, and just thank you everyone. And most of all, thank you to the parents for believing us and trusting us with their children. We are there to provide a safe environment. Please, if you want to be involved with us, want your children to be involved, they're safe, please come on board. And if there's not Kickoff 3 tournament or an event of run-off at 3, spin-off at 3, in your local area, speak to your local police and find out why not, and we will happily come and deliver. Let's all get together, but this is about our young people. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Michael. And even if it's not in their area, they can still reach out to you guys to be involved.
Yes, they can most definitely. Everybody can come involved. If it's not in your local area, if there's one nearest to you, come involved. We will find a space for you. We want to help your young people. We'll find a space. Please get in contact. We're social media. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Look at our website. Just Google Kickoff at 3. You'll find us. Email us, Michael Wallace, Ashley Levine. Be a part of our family.
And I have to say this. Through your foundation again, it's, we had the Black Pioneers, which are pushing forward their wonderful book as well, that has come through yourselves. And you guys, another thing that Kickoff at 3 does is everybody that's affiliated to you guys, you share, and that's such a beautiful thing. And everybody is, with that sharing, as we said earlier, the collaboration, that way everyone can get in touch. But the message that I want to say back to you, Michael, and to you, Inyan, is this. It's thank you. Thank you for opening up my eyes. It's something that I'm pushing anyway, but you opened up my eyes even further and I'm proud that there is something like this going on. I'm proud because at least we haven't given up on the youth. Does that make sense? We haven't given up.
Yeah, for sure.
And don't give up.
No, we haven't given up. And if you notice, the lovely thing about today was not to talk about the gun crime or the knife crime. We are talking about the positives of the creativity of being able to join you through football, through sports, through mental health awareness, because you do run that. I see on your site, you have all these wonderful ambassadors that talk about your mental health through the COVID and in general. I'm going to bring up all these things because we didn't touch on it. So I'm going to say to people, This is what Kickoff at 3 does. This is what Michael is trying to let you know. Well, not trying to. This is what Michael is saying. And I'm just adding on top of that. Look at Kickoff at 3. Don't let the words Kickoff think it's only football. It's everything. Am I correct, Michael?
Yes. The sport is just the vehicle. It's about becoming a vehicle to create change, to create opportunities, to create collaboration, to create trust, to create relation, create jobs, inspire our generations. We need to inspire because they are our future. If we're not inspiring them, who will be? So it's something I'm very passionate about, the legacy. Our motto is we believe, we believe, we believe in every young person. They have a future.
Thank you so much again, guys. To everyone in the chat room. Oh, Bill Hearn joined in. Hello, Bill Hearn's in the chat room as well, Michael. He said,
Bill,
great work,
good
Michael.
afternoon.
He says, great work, Michael. Great show, everyone. Thank you. We had some glitches tonight, but you know what? We are stronger than the devil. We are stronger than anything that's going to try and break up what's going on here. I hope that you enjoy. Go say something, Michael.
Please, Bill Hearn and David Lee, please follow the Black Pioneers book. These guys know the history of the first black players. Please, Black Pioneers book. These guys are amazing. They're actually writing a book about the Windrush as well. So please follow the Black Pioneers book. Google it. You can get their book on Amazon. We're doing some great work with them. They're doing it. They want to spread a message about our history. Please follow those guys. Please, thank you.
And I've got them on my show on the 6th of March.
Excellent.
They are joining me 9 a.m. on the 6th of March on the breakfast show. And I'm glad that you said that. I didn't say it, Bill. I didn't say it. He did. David and Bill. It's all been plugged here for you. I love that. Totally love that. Totally. So we've got the Black Pioneers. Everything is wonderful. Thank you to everyone, as I said again, in the chat room, in YouTube, on Facebook, and on my own website. Thank you for joining in. Michael, I'm hoping when summer and in Yarn, when you've got the football tournaments and we can get back to doing something, I'll come down and we do something live that will go out live on Standing in My Truth show to showcase where you guys are at. Agreed?
For sure, yeah, let's do it.
Please, we're going to hold you to that. We want you to be there.
I am not going anywhere. Oh my God, before we even run, please. I know that I'm going to be joining in with the Stephen Lawrence's, but please, can you just give a plug about the Stephen Lawrence awards that we're going to be doing in April?
Yes. So April the 22nd is Stephen Lawrence Day. We want to celebrate Stephen's life. Unfortunately, he was tragically murdered, but this is about the positive. The positive is celebrating. We want young people to provide any music, spoken word, poetry, and on April the 22nd, we want them to flood social media with some positive music, arts. Just get involved, young people, with your ideas, your YouTube channels, your Twitch, your Facebook, Instagram. Please, any young person listening, also the parents, please, if their children don't know about Stephen Lawrence, please get them to
Educate them.
Education. Stephen changed the lives of many.
Yes, he did.
Changed the way we police. Changed around mindsets about racism. There's still a problem in all societies. It's been talked about daily with football, within all cultures, within all businesses. Unfortunately, we need to work together to change that. Please, get involved, young people. This is about you leaving a legacy. Young people,
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you. And between myself and Michael and a copious amount of people, there will be artwork, there will be information on my site, on Standing in My Truth, on Kick It Out at 3. I'm sure Inyan's going to have the same information as well. We are spreading it to everybody. So if Natasha is still in the chat room, I will give it to her because she runs Black Wall Street London. And to all the other people that's got podcasts, we'll get everybody to promote this, get them to put it up there. It might be a good thing. What I'm going to do, and I always do this, don't I, Tash? They, on the 6th of March, Black Wall Street London, which when we finish, I will tag you on it, but I'm going to say it within this interview. They are huge. They have got literally about 100 black-owned, black, Asian, white businesses, but it's called Black Wall Street London. And I think Sean Pascal does a Black Wall Street Media as well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Sean Pascal, he's behind Kickoff at 3. Big love to Sean Pascal. Sorry, he helps us with a lot of our social media. So, Sean Pascal.
See, I bigged him up.
If you know Sean, he's a great man, and he's doing some great stuff. So,
Yes.
Sean Pascal, he's supporting Kickoff 3. He's pushing us. A great man. So, big love to Sean Pascal.
There you go. And so it'd be great to put Sean in touch with probably Natasha, because he's got Black Wall Street London, she's got Black Wall Street London, he's got Black Wall Street Media. How mad is that? But in terms of what you're all doing, Natasha has literally got this 24-hour marathon on the 6th of March, and every black owned and Asian white business that she's got in her catalogue will be coming on with 5-minute, 10-minute segments, coming on talking about what they do and highlighting how, they're transitioned in their life and making a difference. I challenge you, Inyan and Michael, to go on their show. I am telling you, you need to be on that show. And if Natasha is in that, and someone else has just said, I'm happy to help, and she's put hands up. Thank you to everyone in the chat room. Please do that. I'm going to get you guys to go onto this show. It's got Ruddy Liquid. It's a lot. 24-hour marathon. And they've got every single walk of life in this marathon on the 6th of March. So I will then email Michael, and to everyone that is watching, thank you. And if that's okay with you guys, that's what you're going to do. So put time in your diary, because you're going live next week on Black Wall Street London's 24-hour marathon to push Inyan, Kickoff at 3, and the Stephen Lawrence appeal.
Thank you.
Let's do it for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. This show has just been so different to every single show. Really, just the energy, it's just been so different. And I'm hoping that anyone that watches back later on will feel and understand and catch what Kickoff at 3, not about me. Yes, someone just said yes. What Kickoff at 3 is all about. My wonderful guests, Michael Wallace, hi Ashley, and to Inyan. Say bye to Paviji for me. God bless you. Good night and God bless, and thank you for being on Standing in My Truth.
Thank you very much.
Just
Take care.
That's okay.
Just thank you, Valerie. You are amazing. You are wonderful. Please, I'm putting it out to everybody. Get on your show. Because Valerie's doing amazing stuff. Follow her new breakfast show. Valerie, I feel like I've known you for...
I know, forever.
keep it real. Your research has been mind-blowing.
Yeah, the research has been crazy.
As the young people say, you're on point.
Yeah.
You're on point. And all they would say, you're sick, man.
I'm sick. I love it. And you know what? I'll tell you, I there's no way that you guys, for the things that you do, both of you, that you can't just let someone just come on and ramble on without actually knowing what they do. And for me, that would have been doing you all a disservice. That's the honest to God truth. It would have been doing you a disservice. So thank you for even saying that. You know, I really, really appreciate that. Do you know what I'm saying? As I said, I will speak to you when the cameras go down. And in the end, we stay in touch. I want to see what you do, because you might have to make me some more hoodies. Because I've got my own.
Sure,
I've got my own merchandise. So maybe you're gonna have to just sort out my merchandise for me as well. You know.
Yeah, sure, just drop me a DM.
Yeah.
We'll get
I'm saying that you can, and I'm hoping that my supplier's not watching. Do you know what I mean? But you know, we've got to spread the love. We have to share the love. You know what I'm saying? I'm sharing the love here. But I really do hope you guys really enjoyed the show. But for me, I did. And I know I shouldn't keep saying it. Someone says, oh, Natasha said, let's do it. I hope so, Tash. You know, these guys are absolutely great. You've been watching. And I will put you, yes, I will put you in touch with them as soon as this show is over, Tash. Or you can just literally go kick off at 3. But we're not doing that. We're going the right way. And, oh, have a lovely evening all. It's been a brilliant and an informative show.
No, thank you. No, honestly,
Thank you.
from the heart, you know, hopefully your listeners and viewers have seen the passion, the teamwork, the collaboration, ideas. And like I keep saying, it's about saving young lives. And we have saved a life. I didn't mention that. Sorry, I should have said it.
Please.
Through our football tournament in 2018, through the African Caribbean League Trust, we encourage. Remember when we said
yes,
I talked about
yes,
getting people to put up on the bloodstone register?
yes.
Well, our tournament, a young man from Durham, he played in our tournament. He signed up on the bloodstone register. You remember we said we don't do colours?
Yes.
That young white guy, several months later, he got an email, he got a phone call, and said from the tournament that he was at, where he gave a sample, he was a match for a family.
Wow.
He was a match. And that was from, remember when we started trying to raise awareness for the African Caribbean Leukemia Trust, getting young people to sign up on a blood cell register from 16 plus. That young man did.
And saved a life.
And so we are saving lives. So
Thank you.
get involved. This is not about just playing football. This is about really saving lives.
Yeah. Remember, guys, it's not football. It's basketball. It's running. It's swimming. It's everything. From music and creativity. Kick off at 3 and YARNEE clothing are there, and there's other associates. So once you get into the Kickoff at 3, you will see all the other affiliations to what these guys are doing. Good night, guys. God bless you. And we're going to be speaking after the when it stops. So as soon as do not go anywhere. I'm literally saying bye-bye to everybody. So guys, it's bye from me. Good night. Have a wonderful weekend. But I'm back tomorrow. I've got DJ Touch in the house. Tomorrow's music night on a Friday. And I only do it fortnightly. So I've got DJ Touch, who's got the most amazing story as well to tell. But she's going to be doing a DJ set as well. She's a founder. She's been in the house garage scene for a long time. That's going to make her sound really old. I shouldn't do that. But she's been around for a while. But she's, you know, the foundation of what she does is brilliant. And she's been watching tonight. She's commented and said this is brilliant. Guaranteed she'll be in touch. Because she works within the prison set. Oh, God, I don't know. Ooh, that, I won't say anymore. But she'll be in touch. I'm letting that too much of the cat out the bag. But she will definitely be in touch. So, good night. God bless everybody. Take care. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah, I'll pass the message on, Natasha. Good night in the chat room. Good night, all.